There it is. Are we about to record?
Let's do it.
Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Give Me a Second Podcast. Welcome back. It's your boy, RJ, my brother, the most happily married man in America, Rod, and of course, the man has always in between salvations, Rayshawn Moore. Man, we love y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like, the share, subscribe button, whatever platform you're looking on, because it helps us be able to continue to create this content for everybody that's watching right now. We love y'all. What we talking about today?
Well, I'll tell you before we talk about anything, it don't matter when this plays. We're still bearing the queen.
We are, yeah.
We're still the queen
definitely
has
are.
been being buried for 15 days now.
Yeah,
this woman
definitely.
she is not going away.
It's the longest eulogy ever.
I thought Aretha had a long funeral.
Yeah, I mean, you live almost 100 years, man. I think you deserve a.
Yeah,
God
definitely.
almighty.
Look, have they figured out the right queen though? I know it's been Queen Latifah,
The queen. Oh, you talking about?
Bathsheba. You know, what I mean, is it the right queen?
That is funny. When it went out, didn't nobody know who we were talking about. The queen.
Yeah.
What queen?
Yeah,
Queen.
yeah. I love it.
But I mean, when I think about the queen, I think about women in leadership, and I think what's always racked my mind is how over there they can have a queen, respect her authority, but here we've never even had a woman president. We've never had a woman in that level of leadership. I'm gonna ask y'all a hard question just straight out the gate.
Yeah.
Do y'all think we will ever have a woman as a president ever?
I think we should. I was actually hoping when Barack Obama left office that Michelle was going to be the person that just took over. And I love Barack, but I'm going to just be honest and say I think she would have been an even better president than he was. Because she had the logistical mindset, she had the educational mindset, and she was actually able to be more in touch with the people. I don't want to say that more than he was, but I believe the things that were connected to people were mostly connected to how she poured into him.
You just feel like she connected.
Yeah. I felt like she was my mama. I ain't gonna lie.
But
My
I
auntie,
feel like that
my
was
sister.
the downfall of Hillary. I just
Yeah.
felt like we couldn't, even though I was like, go Hillary, go Hillary, go. It was disconnect. Even her outfit, I'm like, what are you wearing, Hillary? What are you?
1980s shoulder
What?
pad.
That-
blue on blue.
Oh yeah,
That
definitely.
woman came in out there with a Benny Hinn outfit one time.
Yeah.
Like I thought she was gonna lay the audience out. I'm like, what do you have
Yeah.
on?
Bill coulda
but I
did
agree
better.
with you. Michelle was just because she was so down to earth. She felt
Yeah.
like she was everybody auntie. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? She had that connect. What you think? Woman? Will we ever have a woman president?
I think we will. And, I agree. Obviously, we should, but no, I think we will, man. I think it's a matter of time. I mean, we're getting close. I mean, obviously with Kamala Harris, VP, that's a foot in the door.
Definitely.
And I hope that's one day she could probably turn back around and run for president. But I think it'd be good for the country, though. I think it'd be a different perspective, a different set of eyes. And man, women they just bring a whole different.
Hold on, before you go, I want to make sure I raise and lift the fact that I'm celebrating the fact that women are successful, especially in 2022, because I have daughters, you got daughters, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful that they're letting us know that it's possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was an era in time where black people just being successful let us know that even what we're doing right now was possible.
Yeah.
And so now that Serena is doing what she's doing, Michelle Obama is doing what she's doing, VP is doing what she's doing, all these different sectors of success is just letting me know that it's possible for my daughters.
But it's so important. I have a son, but for you all having daughters and for everyone else listening having a daughter, it's important for the daughters to see themselves in what they they want to see the lawyers.
Yeah.
That's why it was, it's crazy with what's the girl name? The Bailey girl that's doing Ariel. That's about to be Ariel.
Yeah.
It's got like a million. Chloe. Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's Haley.
Haley,
Chloe, Chloe is the one.
Yeah.
We thank God for Chloe. We thank God for Chloe. But Haley, thank God for Chloe.
Yeah.
But Haley is the one that's playing Ariel, and that thing has like 1 million. What was it? Last time I looked, it was 1.5 million dislikes from people that had a problem with.
black.
Yeah, because she's black playing a character. But my thing is, we need that level of representation from the black women. I think that's why black movies that are strong in the women in the forefront are doing so well right now. You got the new movie Woman is King, that's hitting right now. You got Black Panther about to come out, and it's got the women lead, you know, because Chadwick died. So now they got the whole trailer for the movie is singing the song "No Woman, No Cry."
Yeah, definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Yeah, I did pretty good on that. I kind of like.
Yeah, you was in key. You was in key.
Hey, you came ready to pod today.
But no, I'm saying like the women they need the
I
representation.
love what you said. I know we're talking about specifically women, you know, in leadership and in the forefront, all that good stuff. But I love what you said. Half of the success that I'm connected to is connected because I saw myself through someone else.
Yeah.
There's every board that I've won, every competition, every time that I've had an element of elevation was because I saw a person and said, you know what, I'm gonna be there one day.
Yeah.
And so everything again, I'm just gonna continue to celebrate the fact that my daughter has an opportunity. My daughters have an opportunity to see success in front of them in something they can relate to, something that looks like them, their reflection. You know what I mean? And I'm just totally connected to that,
and
man.
even like in the not close it out, but like, you know, think about us when we were boys, you know, and what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I want to be president. You never heard a woman say that, or you never heard a little girl say that.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah, but I'm saying now
Until
they have
now.
that ability to say, "Hey,
Yeah,
look, I want to be president
definitely.
of the United States." And I
Definitely.
think that's awesome.
Well, I'm gonna challenge you because you said something that because we got I always mess on that Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala
Because Kamala, I would want to say Kamala
Harris. Her.
Kamala, Vice President Harris.
We love
Because
you.
we love you.
We're thankful for you.
Here's a question. I mean, this might be controversial. You might have to cut this out. I don't know. Do you honestly, within your heart of hearts, believe that the United States are going to let us elect an African American woman as president? When we do have a woman president, they will allow us to elect an African American one before we elect the white one. And I mean, I know that's controversial, but it's a real situation. Do y'all think they'll let us go first with that?
Let is a hard word. Need is a whole nother sector of fire.
I mean, I can make it even difficult. It's going to come down to if black people going to show up and vote. I mean, so we can go there. That's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But I'm talking about the powers that be, even before it gets to where it's going. Do you all think they're going to let?
I'll say this, man, because, man, and yeah, this is definitely controversial, right? For me, as a voter, it comes down to the right person, right?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no matter what.
Above all history being made, like all that stuff, it's cool. I got it. But it really comes down to the right person. And I say that because I personally didn't have an issue with Obama. There's a lot of people that did.
Yeah.
But
Black
those
people.
same people that had a problem with it were so caught up in, hey, I want the first black president in office.
Definitely.
To lead the United States.
Definitely.
Just to bash him. So it's like, hey, if Michelle was to run, or if Kamala Harris was to run, and they were the right person based off who they were running against, all for it. You know what I'm saying? And like, or is Hillary, if she runs again and she's the right person, all for it.
I don't think she needs to run again.
No, but
She needs to stop. Just let it go.
You get what I'm saying, though. It comes down to the right person, and it has to be the right time. Timing is everything. So
I believe that. I second exactly what you're saying. At the same, and I have to echo it. I'm just going to say I'm not going to support an African American leader, an African American woman, just because I want to be a part of making history. Mm-hmm. But I do believe, and I mean this with my whole heart, I was so devastated when Michelle said I'm not going to run, because I thought, and I'm saying this, I love Barack. He did his thing. I think he's studious. I think he's eloquent in his own right. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of his success was connected to who he was connected to, and I think that's more, that's really opening up the conversation
maybe
of
that was enough for her, though. You got to think that was 8 years of a lifestyle, and to do that,
I love what you're saying.
For the potential 8, that's a long.
I love what
bro.
you're saying, because how many of us are literally leading behind the scenes?
Yeah.
And if we can raise and lift women right now, how many wives, how many mothers in the household, right, are just really leading behind the scenes? And
I mean, we're seeing in church the whole time.
Definitely.
The first lady.
Let me tell you something. Every good church got a good first lady. Yeah. I'm just gonna be real. She establishes culture. Yeah. She's the person that makes sure that everybody is welcomed, loved, the whole nine, because she's thinking about the things emotionally, right, that connect to people that we just don't think about. I believe that every good house has a good first lady. I'm
gonna tell you something. Now, again, this might be controversial too, but to flip this whole thing on you, when Trump, I'm gonna tell you, and nobody, and you can go back to whoever, when Trump said he was running for president, 45, what we want to call him.
Yeah.
The minute they said it, I was sitting down. I said, that's our next president.
Yeah.
I literally said it right.
Definitely.
Then. And they were like, what? And I said it. I said, because he's got reality, he's got TV, he's gonna bring enough drama.
Definitely.
He's gonna entertain us enough. And right now we are so. even though you all are on a different educational bracket, you all are looking for the person's career, their stat levels, what they've done. America at large just wants to know what's going to give us the next clickbait. What is the next funny moment? What's something funny? And I knew as soon as I was like, he's going to win. I went to a Hillary Clinton rally and looked at her marketing, and I said, Trump's going to win because your marketing sucks. He knows his marketing. But this is what I was going to say that's going to flip all this. The one person, other than Michelle, I will say Michelle too, that I said that could go in right now and would just dominate as a black woman. Yeah. There'll be no argument.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey. She'll never do it. But if Oprah Winfrey ran for president, you're not going to tell me that woman don't win.
I'm about to break the internet. Tyler Perry needs to be her vice president.
Oh, my goodness.
No, because they're going to have him in a dress. That's
yeah, he's going to be in a dress.
That's going to be.
Yeah. But no, seriously, like there are so many courageous, intelligent, and I know one of the episodes we talked about the logic versus emotion, right? But I believe that there's a specific talented lady that encompasses both.
Yeah.
And I believe she's out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that okay, so the NCO charge, this is not to go to your profession, but you have to discharge carefully and diligently. And I think the one that knows how to discharge emotion, discharge logic carefully and diligently according to the situation where it's applicable is where the true difference is made. This is where husbands look great. This is where kids look great. Their inability and to deny self, but their ability to say, okay, now I need to be so that everybody else can win.
Yeah.
Michelle was that. And I know I know you're talking about women at large, but I'm connected. I think I got a little crush on Michelle.
I was just about to say that.
I think I got a little crush on Michelle.
But I'm gonna tell you what I appreciate from both of y'all.
Yeah.
That as men, and especially as black men, you all can look at the value and the education and the prowess of a Michelle.
Definitely.
And say, hey, she can be president. Because there's a lot of men, and this is going to my next thing. There's a lot of men that no matter how qualified a woman is, they're still gonna have a problem with them being in leadership.
You know what I love about her is that while she submits to her husband, she don't need him.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of women that are successful under the gauze, under the likenesses of the person they're connected to.
Yeah.
As an example, it's just a reality type thing. It's just one of those things where provision is made because men are naturally providers, right? And there's a covering that's allowed to, and their success is their success, but it's in the likenesses of. There's some sacrifices there, but it's in the likenesses of. But what I love about Michelle is that she came into this saying, listen, I'm a standalone configuration and I need you to understand that I'm your upgrade. And I because I've been connected to things where, it hasn't benefited me the most because I didn't look at the bigger picture. I celebrate the fact that, listen, she enhanced his life. And I'm celebrating that. And let me make sure I'm clear, make sure I'm whole rounded, you know what I mean? I'm not here to say anything or anybody in my past was just not a thing. Because maybe I wasn't in position to receive what they were offering. Yeah. Make sure I'm clear about that. But I love that timing. You said that. Timing was connected to the fact that Michelle was in a space where she could say, listen, I'm your upgrade. We're going to win this thing together. There's sacrifices that I'm going to make, that the family is going to make so that we all can win. The Bible is clear. It says, write the vision, make it plain so that we can all see it on the run. And I love the fact that Barack was able to write vision and she was able to enhance vision. Yeah. I love that.
I'm gonna come back because I got a question.
That was long. I'm sorry, y'all.
You're good. I got a question that's attached to what you just said. But before I get to it, this is a real thing. And I'm asking you all this because you all are two very successful black men.
Yeah.
And you all have done this thing for a long time called life. Why is it that men, and I don't even want to be specific to black men, but why are men so challenged and so grieved with women in leadership or having a woman that's above them?
All right, so I mean, it's not the right answer.
Hold on. The most happily married man in America is about to let us know, okay?
That's the last time we're definitely saying that. For real. And every time he says it, I'm just like, hey,
no, for real. That's my brother, man. I love him, man. He's good. I love it.
No, it's all good, man. No, the thing is for me, so like, I have some relatability to this, and this is like, I'm not even talking about family now. I'm talking about like my daily work life because we talked about it off camera.
Yeah.
Like, I work with 7 women that impact my daily life and career. You know what I'm saying? Like, from boss to little boss to supervisor to like I just have a lot of women like in my chain of command that that has influence on my daily life. And there's some good, there's some bad. I think the reason why we contend to have an issue sometimes is because men have this flaw too, but I think sometimes the level of emotion that women can carry with when leading, because and it's funny. So one of my homies that I work with, she's a leader of her own section, and she came and she's like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I was like, "What's up?" She was like, "What would you assess me as a leader?" I gave her strengths, which was like 3 or 4, and then she was like, "What about some weaknesses?" I was like, "I think you're an emotional leader," and she was like, she got defensive. She was like, "Well, what do you mean emotional?" That was like a trigger word for her. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Well, let me explain. Give me a second, if you will."
Yeah.
I was like, "You're emotional from the standpoint of caring too much. Sometimes being a leader, you gotta be uncomfortable with not being able to please everybody.
You got to care less sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to delegate without being too emotional, without letting that decision bother you."
Yeah.
And I think that, I'm not saying for all women, but I think more so when women are empowered because they feel that there's so much pressure for them to do well, and this is the bar, they got to be here because they're a woman. Like, I think that there's a sense of like overthinking and, feeling like, oh, I got to go over and beyond. Then the expectation is just providing good leadership.
Can I jump in right there?
Yeah.
And I want you to go back to talking. But I think there's a sense where they have to nurture and mom everything. And I think their demise is connected to the emotions, like you said. But I want us to hear trigger words like nurturing. But more importantly, you're not designed to mother everything, even though you were gifted with a mothering nature. Yeah. You are not designed to mother everything. And there are certain things where you have to make the hard right. And you have to say no to the hard wrong.
Yeah.
You have to be able to do that. And there can be no emotions attached to it. There can be no element of not empathy, but no element of sympathy. And I think there's a difference. And I think in the greater perspective, right, men have a better connection to when they should and shouldn't be empathetic. Yeah. Sympathy, we suck at that. I ain't gonna act like we don't. We suck at sympathy, but empathy, right? Especially when you're attached to, like, okay, you have a family, your understanding of what a social space should be like, what it means to, because you have a good wife, you got a good mother, all that good stuff, right? But I think they need to be more connected to the fact that they're not designed to mother everything and everybody. Last thing, and I'm letting you go back, Rod. Part of the fact that, there was 2 mothers, one that was trying to steal the child rather, and one that was willing to give the child away. That's biblical. Now, granted, she was restored back with the child, but I need you to understand that sometimes it's the mother that's willing to give it away. That says, hey, listen, this decision was for the greater good. It was for the greater good. Am my mother enough to give it away? You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes because they can be so connected to mothering it directly, mothering it intentionally, that sometimes the loss comes from not knowing when to detach. I love what you were saying, bro. All right, go ahead, Rod.
Nah, so I'll say it like this, man. Like I said, I deal with women on a daily basis that are in leadership roles, especially over me, and I think that they're more than capable, But like it for the men now, it takes having that mindset of being able to submit. Like we ask for women to submit to us. All right, I mean I think there's a time and space for men to have to submit to women in leadership.
Yeah,
within a given time and space. So I mean it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? It's like as long as the right person, like that'll always be like my narrative, the right person at the right time. I mean, I don't have no issue with it. How do you think you would?
I don't. Women in leadership, I feel like in my life, I've always been in, kind of like what you're saying now, I've always been in direct contact when there's a woman that's in a leadership position over whatever I'm doing. Even in real estate right now, my firm is owned by a woman. phenomenal job. She does an incredible job. I think what's crazy is I always applaud her because she's kind of like what Rob was saying. While she can be emotional, she's like you said, she detaches very well.
Yeah,
like she
it.
can be emotional and like, you know, hey, come cry on my shoulder, and she's gonna let you cry on her shoulder for about 5 minutes. And say, all right, now get up, and let's go out and fight. Okay, you want to cry, you want to fight, what you want to do? And so I appreciate that. But I'm not connected as a man to like, hey, I got an issue with a woman being in a relationship. I feel like women lead better than men in a lot of instances.
What about it for women? So I know.
Wait a minute. You said something. I'm not. This is not churchy. I promise. I love what you said. I think you said women lead better than men.
Yeah.
I think their capacity says that they're able to because they have everything down pat. Yeah. They have an element of a man where they're exposed to good leadership. They're also
full. He is full today. He just can't even stop clapping. He just full. So,
but they're equally.
If you're looking to book a preacher for your next engagement, Rob's email is at the bottom of the screen right now. For booking requests and contact.
You just gave him some posters.
Listen. But that's gonna be one of my posts. But they're equally empathetic. They're nurturing. They're everything connected. You know, to what we need in society. They have the best balance.
Yeah.
You know, they have the best opportunity at balance. Yeah. And I think there's some elements of things that they have naturally that us as men we're not exposed to. Yeah. From a natural perspective. Go ahead.
From a joking perspective.
Oh man.
So I won the woman vote last week.
I'm winning it this week.
There was a few people that openly told him like, "Hey,
listen, I'm winning it this week."
He said, "Hey, look,
I'm coming strong this week."
You really stroked his ego when he was like, "Look, are we talking about females?
It's them claps.
I get a chance to run this back.
It's them claps.
Like, hey,
I'm coming
listen,
strong.
we fixed the audio. We're there now.
Okay, so this
I'm in the book.
This right here may make him win some or lose some. I don't know what this right here is about to do. As men, this is a question I see it on the internet almost every day. Somebody's having this conversation when it comes to women in their career, and I'm asking you this. I know you're married right now, but
the happiest man. Okay, there we go.
Could you all date or marry a woman?
Talk to him right now.
Could you all date or marry a woman who makes more money than you?
Yes.
Definitely. What are you talking about?
And I know people who are happily married.
Matter of fact, it's my prayer and my desire to be with a person that makes more than.
But let's be real though. Like, can you though?
Definitely. I'm talking about beautiful. I'm talking about make more money than me. This is why.
Rob gonna be fine until something happened, and she brings that up.
This is why though.
Yeah,
he don't want to hear that.
He gonna feel attacked. Yeah.
This is why, because we talked about it did we air the episode? I'm not sure we did. But entrepreneurship, the first couple of years rather, we're not gonna put a number on it. There's the element of sacrifice. There's the element of loss that we have. And so if the woman that I'm attached to, matter of fact, I'm gonna speak prophetically, the woman that I'm attached to making more money than me it's just nothing more than put me in a position to where the 3 to 5 years is just gonna catch up, and it's just gonna be a whole lot with a handful.
I ain't mad at you.
I am all for it.
Let me tell you something. I could do it.
Carry us, woman of God.
Hold on.
Carry
before
us.
You answer, let me take it farther than that. If you make more than me, reach out to me.
No. Woman, work. No. Look at my shirt. Woman, I need a woman that works.
No, if you make more than me, feel free to reach out to me. If you got some things you just need to talk about.
Your credit score is over.
If your credit score is over 700. No, I'm just playing. But no, I really think I could. I got one off that though. If a woman makes more than you and you're dating, could you all? This is gonna throw y'all. Could you be a sugar baby?
Yeah,
do you know what a sugar baby is, Rob?
Define sugar baby for us.
Sugar baby, where you got a woman that taking good care of you, like she's taking care of you.
Listen, I'm changing the narrative. I've been in a situation. I'm not gonna say what I've been in. I'll say that where I am now, I am really connected to being with a person that has more to lose than I do.
But I think the question comes to because we're all gonna answer from a standpoint of like we all
experiences, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, if you've been like,
obviously I'm hurt.
Yeah, I'll just say it like that. Yeah,
I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm coming from a hurt place.
You've been hurt and you've been like the breadwinner in that situation.
I'm hurt, man.
You got nothing to show for it.
The man of God is hurt.
Obviously, you're gonna say, "Look,
make the money, please.
Make the money, please. Help me, please. Help me, please.
We're trying to really gauge and see what the audience of people who haven't been in that situation, or haven't been, through those ups and downs of like being a breadwinner and feeling like you're in it by yourself. Like that's the community we're trying to see. Like, look, can you really be okay with that?
Thank you for supporting Safe Space Network again. Listen, go check out the launch episode of Give Me a Second using the link below. You don't want to miss it, man. More episodes and content to come. Thank y'all again for supporting Safe Space Network, where we keep the main thing because you're the main character in your story. Do not forget to watch the launch episode of Give Me a Second on the YouTube link below. Listen, more content to come. Like, share, subscribe, follow all things Safe Space Network, man. Thank y'all for y'all support. I love you, and I'm out.
So this is the last thing I got, and this question was sent in, and this is really what inspired a lot of this.
Thank you for sending questions in, by the way. This was just sent in.
Comment down below. We
Yeah,
look at that
we love
stuff,
it.
and,
Thank
and
you.
it gives us stuff to talk about. We
Yeah,
love
definitely.
it. But this is can an alpha male have a healthy relationship with an alpha female?
No.
I say yeah.
No.
I say yeah.
I say yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to me about the yeah.
No, you don't want you
two
to know.
yeses. Let me hear the no.
You go first. No,
I mean,
First of all, this has been your episode. So
Mr. No. I
get
mean,
it off your chest, man.
well, wait a minute. I don't want to lose the. I don't.
good
I
at
don't.
talking long today.
I don't
Yeah,
want to lose the
long
lady
winded.
vote. I don't want to lose the lady vote, but I think.
Be honest though.
But I think in a healthy relationship, and I'm gonna use basketball as an analogy. Part of the success was because at the end of the day, LeBron or Wade said, "I'm gonna be the beta to your alpha," and I just believe two headstrong people is just gonna produce a toxic environment. It's gonna produce arguments in an unnecessary space. And it's going to produce a space where everybody is trying to lead in a space where at the end, you have to be able to be strategic and knowing when I have to lead and when I have to fight and follow.
Again, I'm glad you
Do
said
it.
that
Do it.
because
Do it.
This kind of goes back to the question about, women making more than the men in a relationship. It's the same thing. There's this, no, it is. There's
It's
a-
not.
It is.
Let's argue.
There's
Money
this-
isn't
there's this-
related to alpha.
But this is the piece.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that the man has to be an alpha. I'm saying you said
Can an alpha male
and an alpha
and an
woman.
alpha
I'm
female.
saying somebody has to be the beta. Somebody.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Hold on,
Somebody
give-
has to.
give your
Go ahead.
answer, 'cause I'm gonna
Go
give-
ahead.
No, because the big thing for me, like, and it ain't even no long drawn out answer. The big thing is like communication.
I'm okay with being the better, y'all. I just want y'all to
Oh,
know.
my God.
I'm just joking. Go ahead.
He means that. But no, like the big thing, it comes, bro. The demise in a lot of relationships comes down to communication, man.
I love
that's
it.
That's whether
You
you're
just
the
won.
alpha or whether you're the beta.
That's
Like,
why that man married.
That's why he married for.
It
That's
comes
why
down
he
to
married.
communication,
Yeah.
man, and okay, let's take finances and stuff out of it. Let's talk about mindset. I would like to say my wife is an alpha. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like something can break, and she knows that I'm the only one that can fix it. But because I might sit on it too long, she's like, you know what? I'm about to try to fix it. And now she on YouTube. Now she zit, trying to fix stuff.
So-
and I'm like, yo, like, why can't you just wait? She's like, no, I got it.
I love what you're saying, but I feel like this is just my opinion, and maybe you help us, mediator, Rayshawn, CPA.
He agrees with me.
This is the piece. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I think you're right. Oh,
you're good.
I think you're right, but I think it's about being connected to the fact of knowing when to be the beta. I think at the end of the day, when you have two alpha-minded people, somebody has to know when to be
I
the.
don't think it needs to be categorized as a beta, though.
Okay, well, here's my answer is that both of you all prove that the answer is yes. Even your answer
what
of no,
Yeah.
your answer of no is actually
Because,
yes. Because
bro, yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
your answer of no
Come on,
is actually
CPA.
yes. No, because the whole thing about a person being an alpha, no alpha wants to be alpha all the time.
Get tired.
Alphas get tired of being alphas.
We get
That means You
tired.
stop being alpha.
Yeah, you're not. You just
got another alpha that can help
program.
you
So something
balance.
I learned about myself. I make so many decisions during the day.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
I don't want to make certain decisions.
Definitely.
Don't ask me where to eat. Don't ask me small
Listen,
decisions.
can I-
I will back up when you start asking me those. But you pick it. You be
Listen,
the alpha in those areas.
I
Let me
don't
run.
want to pick food. I
But see,
love
but-
it.
But you get what I'm saying though. Is we both can be alphas. We're going to be alpha, but we know where that tug and we know where the tug and where the pull is.
I love what you said, Rod. It really does go back to communication.
Yeah.
I think we had the same answer. I think I had a longer way of getting there. I think
Always.
that
Along with saying I'd rather be the beta.
I'd
rather be
mean,
the beta,
I'm
but, like,
at this point in my life,
Yes.
I'll be the beta because it's just easier. You know what I mean? But no. I really
I don't
believe.
think every relation got to be a Batman and Robin situation. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I mean, I'm not here to say that. I'm not here to argue that. I am here to say that the Batman and Robin analogy is connected to Michael Jordan and
works.
Pippen winning
It
the
works.
championship. It's
But I'm
connected
also
to.
saying that alpha and alpha can work too.
Barack and Michelle. You just said it earlier.
No, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Barack was a beta.
End the show. End this whole show. Get us out of here.
Barack was a beta. Look. Barack proved that he could read well. I love Barack. No. Seriously. All jokes aside, for people who watched the whole episode holistically, I really do appreciate what you said. Genuinely.
This is gonna be the worst clickbait in history.
Oh.
RJ says Barack is a beta to not an alpha male. I mean, it's going.
I never thought we'd get one of these.
Oh
look,
my God!
This is the
why would you out me like that without?
Say it again, and I'm gonna make this a clip.
You know what?
Ask the question to the people, and we're gonna make this a clip and see if we can get like a vote. Like
That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, it is a poll.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Can an alpha male and an alpha female have a healthy relationship?
What I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not saying that one is better than the other.
So I don't hear nothing else you got to say. You just said that Barack Obama was a beta to Michelle Alpha, and I don't. I believe.
Listen, no. I'm gonna say it straight up. I'm gonna say it straight up. Barack wouldn't be half the man he is without Michelle. Straight up. You can say what you want to say. No. You can make it into whatever you want to make it. Barack wouldn't be half the man he is without Michelle.
But what I got to do with him being a beta, though?
Hold on. Well, I think
it's nothing wrong with being a beta.
I want to thank y'all for watching the Give Me a Second podcast. RJ may not be here after this week, so we appreciate the comments that he gave and everything he's walking. But he's the one talking crazy. This man's talking crazy today. Get out my camera angle.
Part of his leadership strategy was because he said, "Listen." Part of who I'm marrying.
He on some Joe Budden.
Oh my God!
Hey, look.
Thank y'all for listening.
I'll close the show.
You go ahead and close,
week, man. So look, if you like what you heard, if you like what you seen, man, hit that like button. Share this to your people.
The episode is not over yet. Listen.